Man, I am much slower through Eau Rouge and Radion than the AI. Look at the run they get on me every single lap.
Left side.
Hello everyone, Tom here, and welcome to AMS2. Yes,
Well done,
we're back
Tom.
in AMS.
Good start.
Last time around we were in the 911 GT3. We were comparing it to a Assetto Corsa Competiciones version of the 911 GT3. Talking about some of the differences between those two titles. And in making that video, I ended up just having so much fun in AMS. And that's what always seems to happen. You set out to do one thing, and you end up just messing around with all the AMS2 has to offer.
You're reeling P8 in. The gap is
So we're here today
0.44.
in what I think is a really nice multi-class combination. It's a little hectic at certain points, but we're in the McLaren F1 GTR, GT1 racing car, and we're up against, you can see the Nissan 390 ahead of us. We also have the Mercedes CLK, and we have the 911 GT1 as well. And we're at Spa. We're at the 1993 version of Spa. So as we approach the end of the track, we will see quite a big difference in the track layout, especially as we come to where the modern bus stop should be. But these aren't the only cars on the track right now. As I mentioned, it's a multi-class race. So I've got a little mishmash of time periods going on. Not too extreme, but a little bit. We also, on the track with us, have Group A as the slowest ones out there. And then we also have the P4 prototypes.
P9.
And those ones are considerably newer, but AMS2 doesn't really have any of the slower 90s prototypes. Only the top tier cars that were on offer at the time. But this combination seems to work pretty darn well. Each class is about 15 seconds a lap slower around this layout of Spa.
All right, Tom. The next car
As our friend
is
behind
red.
us has quite a run.
The gap behind us now.
Took
Car
Radion
left.
pretty slow there.
Still there.
See if we can maintain our position.
Clear
Looks like we will.
Car left.
He's braking pretty early. Let's see what
He's
we can
still
do.
there. Still there. Clear left.
Nice. So yeah, each of these classes is about 15 seconds apart, and what that means is you go about maybe 10 minutes here just racing the GT1 cars before you start running into Group A traffic. And as you work your way through that over the course of a lap or two, you will likely start running in to the traffic from the P4 cars. Might take another 10 minutes or so, but that means you're not really going more than a few laps without something interesting happening. And when I think of multi-class racing, that's kind of what it's all about. It's continually changing the dynamic of the race. The race itself is very dynamic and fluid, and there's not really any running away with it because there's a lot of opportunity to get kind of punched back up and keep fighting with your own class as well as you work your way through traffic.
Car left.
Now you'll
Still
also likely notice
He's
we've
still
got
there.
ourselves a new wheel.
Still there.
This is the Simagic Neo X Hub,
Hold your line. Clear left.
as well as Simagic's, I think it's the P325C wheel, C being for cut off, of course. Love this style wheel.
The leader
I think
is
it works
just
really well for a lot of
215.38.
the kind of cars I like to drive. Certainly not going to be the best for rally or drift,
That
but
was a 217.
you can't always swap out the rim
Sector
on
1
these,
is
so
0.8
it is a bit
off
of a
the base.
process. You're going to be unscrewing a lot of bits and swapping out the rim every time you might want to do that. But I don't do a lot of rally, don't do a lot of drift, mostly GT, a little bit of Formula, so this will be a nice offering from Simagic for me. Man, I am much slower through Eau Rouge and Radion than the AI. Look at the run they get on me every single lap.
Left side.
We'll hug the inside
Clear
here,
left.
see if we can maintain once again. Looks like we will be able to. They do
Front
seem to
tyres
brake
are cold.
quite a bit earlier. Maybe they're managing their tires
Okay,
better
Tom,
than I
hold
am.
your nerve. Just keep it smooth. No mistakes.
I've been having fun with this combination, and it leads me to a new series I kind of want to put together where really a lot less jibber jabber, a lot less of my ranting and rambling, and more driving. I want to drive a lot more. I want to try a lot more stuff here in AMS2 and see what other multi-class combinations we can come up with that can provide a lot of entertainment for both you and I. Because I'm having a lot of fun with this one. I kind of just want to be driving it all the time and thinking about it a lot. And I think that means you found something good. If you're thinking about it and you're excited to do it, you go do it and you want to do it again, I think you found a winner there. And I would love to put in some a little more serious laps than I can when I'm just flapping my jaw with you guys. So what I'm thinking is I'd like to do some longer
Left
format
side.
stuff, maybe up to an hour long,
Still clear left.
and do like an hour-long multi-class here around Spa in these cars and
Nice
see
move,
what
mate.
that looks like. Not going for like anything hyper-realistic. Of course, we got the real wheel and the hands and everything here. But I would love your feedback on what you'd like to see. How would you like that presented? What kind of HUD elements do you want on the screen? I've got the pretty minimal HUD up right now, just with the laps.
Okay, Tom. Pit window is
And our
open.
position
8th
in
place. We'll need to
class
pit for
and
fuel by
position
lap
overall.
17.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking about having on the screen for our first go at the long format videos. So just no commentary in those videos, just a race. You could pop it on in the background and just enjoy the sounds of this amazing, almost 600 horsepower V12 in the McLaren. And just kind of enjoy the show. And I think these cars are pretty damn entertaining all on their own without me interrupting their beautiful orchestra performance that they put on. I'm really enjoying these GT1 cars. They're modern and stable enough that you can push them even if you're pretty low skill like myself, and you can have fun. But they're still analog enough to really keep things interesting. No electronics here, no TC, no ABS. These things will spin the wheels
Grim behind is now
into third gear very
2.1.
easily, and you can spin around like a top if you decide to be brave and go down to first gear. But if you are patient, this car is very, very rewarding. And if you're patient, I think this multi-class setup is very, very rewarding as well. It'd be more rewarding if you actually hit an apex or two. So don't follow my example through here. But I'd love to see what kind of multi-class
Tom, you're reeling.
options you
7th
guys
position.
are using to
The
make
gap is now
AMS2 as
2.3
fun
seconds.
as possible. Of course, the AI in AMS2 I think is really, really good, but the multi-class AI does struggle a little bit. And by struggle a little bit, I mean the lower classes will fight for position very hard, especially on the higher aggressive settings. They
Fastest
will
lap.
kind of screw up your race, if I'm honest. I ran into that quite a bit in tweaking this setup and testing different classes and different settings. So what we have here right now for our settings is we're actually on low aggression with high mistakes. And that seems to be working pretty well. They're not quite as rude when you're working your way through the lower class field, especially here at Spa at the start. The sharp right-hander, everyone gets bunched up. The lower class prototypes all kind of jump into the mix with the top class here, the GT1 cars. But once it sort of thins out, it becomes really, really fun. Really, really fun. But I'd love to get other combinations from you guys. What are you doing for multi-class? I want to do a lot more of this for my own personal enjoyment. And I would love to see what great combinations, both of cars and tracks, but also settings for the AI that make it really enjoyable. So give me some options. I think I want to drive a few more of these GT1 cars as well because they just look so good. I like the way every single one of them looks, especially the Porsche and the Mercedes. They're just so low. The Porsche looks like a spaceship, honestly. Maybe we'll get past this Nissan and get up to the Porsche that's ahead of it. Let's see, should we be brave through here? Don't know if we have the run.
Car right. Hold your line. Right side's clear.
I think we'll be more patient than that. All right, we're about half a lap away from our Group A friends ahead, and things are about to get interesting, I am sure of it. So if you want to see all of the action in this multi-class race around Spa, you can click here to watch the full 1 hour race. But as always, thanks for being here and letting me play some games for you guys. Take care.